I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but you've all been doing dips wrong. Not the rep, not the depth, but the entire movement. The parallel dip bars, the ones that we see in all gyms across the world, the ones that we all have in our training programs, it's the watered down version, the training wheel version. And guess what? You've all been on training wheels this whole time. The real dip is done on rings, yes, with full depth, and what it does to your chest, your shoulders, your triceps and your core, it's not even close compared to the parallel dips. So today I'm going to break down what deep ring dips are and why they're more functional, why they build more dense muscles, and why nobody in your gym are doing them. First, let's define the movement, because most people have never seen these done properly. A deep ring dip is performed on gymnastics rings, not a fixed parallel bar, and they are taken to absolute maximum range of motion. That means you are descending until your hands are at chest level, maybe lower. Fully stretch across the pectorals, full loading of the anterior deltoids, full extension at the elbow at the top. Three things make this different from a regular dip. First, the rings rotate freely. Your hands can pronate, supinate and shift throughout the movement. That means your joints are moving in their natural path and not at a fixed plane dictated by steel bars. Second, the rings are unstable. Every single rep requires your stabilizer muscles to fire just to keep the rings from flaring outwards. Your chest, your serratus, your rotator cuff, they are all working before the primary movers even kick in. Third, the depth. On parallel bars, most people stop when their upper arm hits parallel with the floor. On the rings, parallel is not the target, you go past parallel. You go to the point where you feel your chest fully loaded, stretched and under tension. That combination, rotation, instability and maximum depth, boy, that is a completely different stimulus to the muscle than what a bar gives you. That is not a harder version of the same exercise. This is a completely different exercise. Here's the physiology. Now make sure you pay attention because this is the part that most people skip. On a parallel dip bar, your body is locked into a fixed path. The bar doesn't move, your hands don't rotate. You press in one plane of motion along a fixed line of force. What this means is only the primary movers are doing the work. The chest, the triceps, the front delt. The stabilizers barely fire because the machine or the bar is doing the stabilization for you. That's the same problem with every fixed machine in the gym. The machine stabilizes so you don't have to, and the muscles that you're not using, they stay weak. On a ring dip, the rings are moving constantly. Your nervous system is receiving disturbance signals from the moment you take your body weight off the ground. What does this mean for muscle activation? Studies on unstable surface training shows significantly higher activation in stabilizer muscles of the shoulder, the rotator cuff, the serratus anterior compared to a fixed surface pressing. The chest and triceps still get the primary load, but now the surrounding architecture is forced to engage. The chest muscles have a long head, the sternal position that runs from your sternum all the way to your humerus. To fully load that muscle, you need the humerus to travel behind the torso, not parallel to the floor, behind it. On a parallel bar, you rarely get there. The bar is in the way. Your range of motion is capped. On the rings, nothing stops you. You can descend until the full stretch is felt across the chest. That stress under load is one of the most powerful signals for muscle growth that exists. This is not an option, it's anatomy. Deep ring loads the chest at a longer muscle length under instability through the full rotational path of the shoulder joint. Nothing on the parallel bar comes close. Now let me give you 5 reasons as to why the ring dips is more better than parallel bar dips. Number 1, we have range of motion. Bar dips, they're capped by the bar. Most people hit parallel and stop. That's about 90 degrees of elbow flexion. You're loading the triceps heavily, the chest gets partial work, but with ring dips, there's no cap. You go to full chest stretch, past parallel, into loaded lengths of positions where real chest growth happens. Number 2, joint stress. Bar dips, you're on a fixed path, means your wrist, elbows and shoulders are locked into one plane of movement. If that plane doesn't match your anatomy, and for many people it doesn't, you get pain, shoulder impingement, wrist strains. That's why so many people say dips hurt my shoulders. Ring dips, the rings rotate with your joints. Your hands find their natural position in a natural path. The pressure is distributed across the joint with its full range. That means less impingement, less irritation. Number 3, muscle activation. Bar dips, the primary movers only work. The chest, triceps, front delt, and the stabilizers are mainly disengaged. For ring dips, everything is working. Primary muscles, they move under the same load. Stabilizers firing at every joint to manage their instability. The serratus anterior, the muscle that gives you that shredded ribcage look, activates heavily on the rings. Number 4, functional carryover. Bar dips, the strength stays on the bar. You press well in a straight line, in one plane, at one fixed width. Very useful in the gym, but limited outside of it. Ring dips, the strength transfers because you are built under instability, under multiple planes through full range of motion. Your shoulders and chest can now generate force and control force at the same time. Number 5, progression ceiling. Bar dips, you add weight. That's your only variable. Belts, plates, more load, same movement. Bar dips, you can add weight, adjust the ring height, change the tempo, or increase the instability. So if rings are more superior, how come you see no one actually doing them? Well, number 1, it's hard. Not complicated, hard. The first time most people get on the rings, they can't even stabilize themselves. The rings are wobbling, they're shaking all over the place. The chest is nowhere near the position it needs to be in. That's not failure. That means your nervous system is encountering a demand it has never been exposed to before. But in a culture where people abandon anything that doesn't feel immediately comfortable, ring dips never get a second attempt. People go back to the bar or the norm. And the bar is predictable. The bar feels like progress. But comfortable training produces comfortable results. And secondly, no one actually sees it being done. You model what you see. In a commercial gym, you see benches, cables, machines, and bars. You see hundreds of people doing bar dips and chest presses. You may see one set of rings in the corner if you're lucky. And if nobody demonstrates it, if no one demonstrates that movements to show other people, then nobody attempts it. It's invisible. Meanwhile, every gymnast has a chest that looks like it's been carved. Every fighter with legit upper body power trains on the rings. Every calisthenic athlete who has built a physique without weights is doing some variation of unstable pushing. They're not keeping it a secret, it's just they're not where the cameras are being pointed. It's not a lack of science, not a lack of results, just a lack of visibility. Most people who will see this video will just nod, close the app, and go back to their regular training. But if you're still watching right now, then you know something that most people in the gym don't know. So the next time you train dips, you have a decision to make. Do the same movements, which will lead to the same results, or buy yourself a £20 worth of rings, and you'll see a different ceiling to your training. I'm out.